Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is a very impromptu video, but I was waiting for this day as I knew what I would be receiving in my career, and I was literally going to my mailbox and checking it for a week now. So just to cut short, as some of you might know or people who don't know, I run a Bookstagram channel and I get free books, which are technically advanced reader copies from the publishing house directly sent to me, and I read them and I review them on Instagram, which technically means it's like a Bookstagram page where I read and recommend books. So today I have a news because last week there was this social media influencing event held by Canongate, which is one of the publications that I work with, and they had rightfully sent me an invite for the event, but I couldn't attend that. They were kind enough to send me a whole lot of books that were displayed for that summer social media event, and if I show you, you might be surprised because look at that package. It is literally more than context about how Bookstagram works. It is completely on the reader to read and review the books that they have got from the publication house, and at no point in time I was forced into giving a review or probably forced into giving a positive review because they had that book sent to me. So it just technically means that it's on my wholehearted willingness to read it or review it, and if reviewed, you can also be a critic to the works of the author. So it just makes a good, transaction, I might say. But with everything else that is happening in the world with relating to the beauty industry, tech industry, and likewise, wherever a brand sends you something, you are kind of entitled to say something positive about it and give feedback. But with Bookstagram, I literally feel it's like a safe space where everyone is just encouraging the other person to pick up a book and read it rather than just give a positive review and convince anybody to just get into it. So with me, I started Bookstagram journey in late 2020, obviously because of the pandemic. I was on and off a reader since I was a kid, but the pandemic just made me realize that I have got all the sweet time in the world to get into my passion and get into reading. So I wanted to do that, but at the same time I wanted to be accountable to read. But the irony of the entire situation is, even after I opened that Bookstagram account, I was not very active. I would say I am a very, very slow reader, to the matter of fact that even if you give me something to read, I might take the entire sweet time to decide if I want to pick that up or not. I mean, you can do your best, but it's on me if I want to just read it. Saying so, I don't know how people actually read like 10 books in a month or data books in a year. But yeah, I mean, people who are like really active readers, they do. I have a couple of other things to read as well in my entire day. So it doesn't literally make sense that I keep on reading. And why I'm a slow reader, if you might ask, it is probably because I want to take that author's intention, and I'm a big time emotional girl, okay? So if there is something in the book that will make me cry, I will cry my heart out by closing the book, keeping it aside, and then just processing it through. Not even like through that moment. I might even take days or weeks to process what is happening, and at the same time I will pick that up and then I'll be just lost in my thought. I have always loved reading, and there is a thing with sad books that just attracts me to them. I mean, for me, if you ask me which is the best book, I would say if it didn't make you cry, then yeah, it was not a good book. I know, judge me for that, but that is me. Probably my personality traits are kind of inked to that kind of situation. Leaving all of that aside, I wanted to show what we got and let's unbox. So this is the parcel that I received. For privacy purposes, obviously I won't be showing you the dress, and I opened it just to check if I'm not losing out on anything. And I truly cannot believe what I got in here. I'm so excited, guys. Okay, so this is the first book that I picked up. I have no clue what it is. Let me see. It says it Sammy Show, and it is coming out in August 2025. It's by Brian Chikwaha. And if I'm not wrong, this author came in for a talk on the social media influencer event. Yeah, and I'm quite excited for this. It, on the face of it, it says, "I know I must keep flying, that too is a choice." Wow, that is like so meaningful and powerful at the same time. Let me read out this. My feet walk in one world while my head remains in another. When the earth has spun half a right angle on its axis, I'm under the sidereal gaze of the firmament. I feel fat in my head as if the timid, sleeping elephant shape of the mountain range is inside me. Some moments I wobble, thinking about what kind of person my choices will turn me into, but I must keep moving. Wow. That is really great. And these are the praises that this book has got so far. And of course, it's a proofread. Next thing up, I am sure. Oh wow, this is Matt Haig's The Life Impossible. I mean, if I'm not wrong, the Midnight Library came sometime during the pandemic, and I haven't read that as well, but having something by the author just makes all the difference. He has literally written so many books around these things, like The Midnight Library, How to Stop Time, and Reasons to Stay Alive. What all is there by the author? And I haven't read anything from him yet, but I am really excited to read this one. Let me just open this side so that we have a clear view and angle. Okay, so I see some postcards. I am supposing this is an author. This is an author. And this is from Acid Queen or Acid Queen. I don't know, whatever you say. This is so pretty. It says Rosemary Woodruff Leary, Susan Canal. I think that's the artist for it. We will get to the book and try to reconnect who wrote what and what it is all about. Next up, let me pick up this. It says it's Dry Season by Melissa Febos. Finding Pleasure in a Year Without Sex. I'm not gonna read the entire blurb, but I have this. Dry Season is a memoir of Melissa's year of celibacy and profound exploration of independence, sexuality, and deep self-knowledge. Wow, that's really nice in times like everybody is behind social media and dating. So Melissa Febos is a national best-selling author of 4 previous books: Whip Smart, Abandon Me, Girlhood, winner of National Book Critics Circle, and the likewise. That's lovely. Then we have Odd Body. This is a finished copy as well, and this is by Rose Keating. She's from Ireland. Let me see what this book is all about. Odd Body is a collection of 10 bold and unsettling short stories that confront themes of desire, fear, and shame. Each one asking how far the bounds of human form can be pushed, stretched, and subverted. A woman finds herself navigating a codependent relationship with a ghost. Interesting. A waitress giving birth to an egg during her breakfast shift. Wow. A doctor puts his patient on a cleanse to purify her mind, body, and soul. Girl. Though through playful but proactive process, Rose Keating transverses a realm both dreamlike and nightmarish, exposing to the bone the absurdities and horrors of feminine experience. Oddbody prods a finger at societal norms, gleefully turns familiar tropes on their head, and announces Keating as an audacious new voice in Irish fiction. Girl, now that is something I would definitely be interested in reading. I mean, these things kind of inspire me, and look at the cover. It's like so much more into being a woman and having varied perspectives, like different flowers and birds, and how you could just be a woman without not being compared to a flower. Next up, we have Lily King's Heart the Lover. Next up is a proof copy which is coming out in October 2025, and the likes of which I would like to read what it is all about. And then the blurb says, "You knew I'd write a book about you someday." Wow, it's like so much invading my privacy, but yeah. Our narrator understands good love stories, their secrets, their highs and free falls, but her greatest love story, the one she lived, never followed the rules. Great. I kind of think this is going to be her own story, which I am looking forward to. Next up, we have Foreign Fruit by Katie Go. If I haven't told you already, I already have like a finished copy of this book previously. As I was saying, the next book is The Foreign Fruit by Katie Go, and I think, yeah, this is my copy, and this is what the publication house sent me. You can just literally see how clean it is. But for me, I have already, I don't know if you can see it, I have already dog-eared like several pages from the book itself, because girl, who knew that orange, being a fruit, can be described in such profound way during a woman's life, or anybody who is an immigrant specifically, because Katie is originally Chinese, but her parents' generation moved to Malaysia, and then she moved, her grandparents moved to Malaysia, and then she moved, and then her parents moved from Malaysia to Ireland. This is her book, and she has written so much about orange and her connections to being as an orange, where she's thriving to be a lot more, in terms of being that fruit, which is an expat in this region. So in UK, probably, if you know, then there are a lot of places where you get oranges in these red string bags, which we technically think is from the UK or the Spain, but it is not. It is actually, orange was actually, it originated in China, and people got it through the Silk Route, and then they replanted it here, and then now orange is literally available anywhere in the world. But the conditions how it was, and the comparison of orange being a foreign fruit is derived by a pomelo and a mandarin were grafted together to form another fruit, and then came orange, like after a few more grafting process. Orange originally was never actually a fruit, which is very interesting to know. And then she says, if you plant a seed of orange thinking that you might get an orange, you might even get a pomelo, a lemon, an orange, or anything, a mandarin in that perspective, and or a tangerine. So it is really nice and interesting. Anyway, next up we have the Acid Queen This is a huge book. Honestly, this is obviously a finished copy. I am not sure what it is about, but that is Susan Shalahan, and this is the Psychedelic Life of Rosemary Woodruff's Leary. So very, very interesting there, a read. I can already see it's kind of a memoir which like has so many beautiful magazine style pages to it. So I'm sure we will get more of what it is really about when we start reading it. Then we have Hark! How Women Listen. It's by Alice Vincent, and the cover, it's amazing. It's so beautiful. I feel like it's more of giving me like bougainvillea paper flowers. I am looking forward to read this one because I know for a fact that it's gonna be interesting. I kind of feel like all of these books are focusing more on women's writing and feminine writing, like every women author's perspective and how they have encountered something in their life which they are correlating to in terms of materialistic things and then writing a book out of it. We have one more last book to go, which is Life Cycle of a Moth by Roy Ivan. This author was here in Manchester this Monday at a bookstore for signing her book, and the publication followed the next day. So it's just been like 4 to 5 days now, and this is a beautiful debut regarding a mother and a daughter where she talks about being a moth and a butterfly. So I have had chances of getting few things out with what this book has in store, but I'm really excited about this as well. So in short, we got everything out here. So the box is empty, and if I can show you what all we have, literally have like 5 to 6 books. Let me just count. The Foreign Fruit, Life Cycle of a Moth. We have Hark. We have Acid Queen, which I'll just squeeze into the end. It has like a bigger, broader base. Then we have Heart the Lover by Lily King. We have Odd Body by Rosie Keating. We have Dry Season by Melissa Febros. We have Life Impossible by Matt. And then we have Shami Show by Brianne Jackwick. Just look at that haul. I mean, can you believe that I got all of these books for free to read and review? I mean, I don't believe so. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. And one of them, that is The Foreign Fruit, that I have been reading, so I know. So it's like 8 new books to be added to my bookshelf and to be read and devoured, of course. And among these, I feel a lot of these books have women authors in there, except for the first 2. So it is a woman haul for another woman who couldn't attend the event. I'm privileged and lucky at the same time to have this at my doorstep, honestly, because if I show you how much is the cost of each book, you won't believe that I actually am saying I am lucky when I am saying I am lucky. So let's just take any kind of a paperback. So I'm taking Dry Season here, and if you open that book up, you see the price listed. It is almost like £16, 16.99, rounds up at 17. And the paperback ones, it is 9.99, so rounds off as £10. Similarly, if I take out another paperback, the paperback, another hardbound, the hardbound never has like the same kind of price range. It has, so this is hard and this is a hardbound, and this is priced at £19, round off. And if I take Life Cycle of Moth, this is 16.99, which is 17 again. So you get the idea, right? And just to end, one more hardbound is the Acid Queen, and this is a big hefty one. And if I show you how much is this one, you will be surprised. So it is £22. Yeah, girl, you just heard that right. All I'm trying to say is, when you see £22, £17, £19, you get that feeling, right? Why books are so costly. I mean, because I'm from India, and in India, if I just pick up any paperback, it can go up to like around 500 to 600 rupees max. There is another category which will almost lead you like $1,000. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm privileged in getting all these books, is that I'm not gonna pay around 17, 19, 22 pounds on a book. I mean, the cost of living is really high and I can't just buy books anymore. So this alone, the Acid Queen, like you saw, is £22, which just means it's like around 2,200 rupees, and if I literally convert that, it might be around 2,500 rupees in Indian currency. The cost of living is of course high, and in times of these, when I'm getting to read all these wonderful books by authors who are making a difference out there, saying so, I got to do what I got to do, and you got to do what you got to do. I know it has been a really long video. I want all your support, and I wish to give you more book related content, because I'm really passionate about this, and I just hope this video finds the right community to come back and reach out to me and let me know what all I can do to support you in going forward with your reading journey. I said it out there. Please do like, share and subscribe, and let an YouTube algorithm know that I'm making some kind of content over here. Do follow me on Bookstagram, where I'll be giving a short review of these books that I have been reading and I will be reading soon, and then we can move forward with it. Till then, take care, bye bye, and I'll see you in the next one.